Welcome to Travel News Weekly by Turnpikes.com for the week of March 9th, 2026. I'm Danny Pryor reporting. It has been a busy week in the world of tolling, starting with the final decision on Manhattan's congestion tolling program coming out of U.S. District Court in New York. Federal Judge Liman put an end to the White House's efforts to block congestion tolling with a final ruling handed up March 3rd, in which he called the administration's efforts illegal. Judge Liman's 149-page ruling included a lengthy timeline of the events that have transpired since the current administration took office last year, in particular detailing some of the strong-arm tactics the administration had tried using to impel New York City's Metropolitan Transportation Authority to abandon congestion tolling. Judge Liman deferred to his May 2025 ruling, in which he spelled out much of the legal reasoning for issuing his temporary injunction last year, which blocked Washington's efforts and allowed congestion tolling to continue. The same reasoning, he wrote, applies to the summary judgment ruling handed up in the past week, which makes that injunction permanent. Agencies in Canada and the United States continue cooperating on a planned opening of the ports of entry for the Gordie Howe International Bridge. That is despite recent threats from the U.S. president to potentially block the opening of that new international crossing. During a webinar for commercial users in the past week, Heather Grondin with the Windsor-Detroit Bridge Authority, which will operate the new facility, by the way, stated there has been no change in the spirit of cooperation or working relationships between any of the agencies involved in the opening of the bridge. A target date for that bridge opening has still not been announced. However, commercial users were shown the specific routing they will take when entering the United States or Canada once the bridge opens. That is still expected in the coming weeks, although the early 2026 timeline is still the only official word for the time being. And for the time being, it is still unknown what the toll charges will be for the crossing. However, Grondin did note the bridge's new toll transponder will not be compatible with E-ZPass, Nexus, or Connection. Meanwhile, tolls have been set, at least temporarily, for a bridge that won't be open for over 5 years. The first toll-setting meeting for the new I-69 Ohio River crossing ended with the initial rates being set, although the first bridge crossings aren't expected until late 2031 or early 2032. Initial toll rates are currently expected to be just over $3 per crossing for anyone in a regular passenger car who is using a transponder, but the figure will be up to $6.25 for those paying by plate. Tractor-trailers, that's those vehicles with 5 axles or more, will be charged $15.49 or $18.62 without a transponder. But again, don't try crossing for about 5 years. In case you missed it, truckers have the attention of the current White House. That is the reassurance from the Federal Highway Administrator Sean McMaster, who addressed a virtual meeting in the past week with the National Coalition on Truck Parking. McMaster noted the administration is continuing to deliver grant money approved during the Biden administration for trucker parking. Congress also recently authorized an additional $200 million for expanding truck parking, which the president has signed into law. Transport Topics also reported the Federal Highway Administration is currently developing a truck parking and safety efficiency guide for states that those states will use when making decisions about how to apply the grant money. Finally this week, Massachusetts has done away with the E-ZPass transponder. The sticker is in. Boston media recently reported on the switch, which happened at the beginning of the month, with station WBUR publishing a picture of the roll of the new stickers in one of their morning newsletters. The station quoted a state official who estimates Massachusetts would save about $1.4 million annually over the old transponder boxes. You see, the stickers cost about 37 cents, and that compares with $7 for one of the box-type transponders. That will wrap up the update for this week. Once again, thank you for watching and listening. Please drive safely and avoid distracted driving. I'm Danny Pryor reporting for Turnpikes.com, the Turnpike Authority.